Good morning. We are continuing to monitor a storm that could bring winter precipitation and hazardous conditions to our region this weekend. As forecast develops, we're getting a better idea of what to expect and when to expect it. While our outlook has improved in recent days, we do know there is still a significant chance Beaufort County will see winter precipitation, particularly freezing rain. One of our major concerns at this point is the accumulation of ice, particularly with freezing temperatures expected well into next week. We encourage our communities to begin preparing now for this storm, if they have not already. The forecasted effects on our region could have significant impacts on travel, utility infrastructure throughout the county. Self-sufficiency, safety, and communication will be the key over the next few days. Here are some questions to ask yourself as you prepare. Do you have enough food, supplies, and medicine to last several days? Possibly Saturday through Wednesday, in the event that you're unable to travel due to hazardous road conditions? Are you prepared for power outages that last longer than 24 hours? How would you stay warm? How would you cook? And do you have battery-operated lighting and a way to charge your electronic devices? Are your outdoor pets and livestock protected from hazardous winter weather conditions? Do they have adequate shelter? Do they have access to water that is not frozen? While we urge our pet owners to keep their animals inside whenever possible in these anticipated freezing temperatures, Beaufort County Animal Services has free wheat straw available for use if it's not feasible to do so. We also want to remind our communities that safety is our priority when heating your homes. Exercise caution when using space heaters, fireplaces, and other heating methods. And whatever you do, never operate a generator indoors. We encourage all residents to subscribe to the county's emergency notification system for major updates and to follow Beaufort County Government, Beaufort County Emergency Services, and the National Weather Service Newport Moorhead City Office on Facebook for updates. We encourage everyone to monitor local media outlets and trusted weather information services for updated forecasts. Thank you. Yes, sir.
If you were to, I know here you're not going to get a lot of snow, but you're going to get some ice rain and, the roads. If you're in a situation where, your car runs out of control, you're in a ditch, who should you call in that situation?
In that situation, you should definitely call 911 first.
For people who may have medical disabilities or they may be disabled, what would your advice be to them and their families with this upcoming weather?
For them, I would make sure I would be prepared. I would make sure I'd have the amount of medications that I need. I would make sure that I'd have my phones ready, who I need to call, my call list if anything happens.
And for people who do have to go out, what are some tips for trying to drive in this kind of weather?
Don't rush it. Take your time. If you don't need to go out, please stay indoors. With hazardous conditions on the roadways here in eastern North Carolina, we know how treacherous it can be. So if you have to go outside, make it your last option. The best thing to do is prepare now.
You mentioned, the supplies. What are some specific supplies, that you need just to make sure you're ready to go? I know you said this could last until Wednesday of people being stuck inside.
Some things that I would say would be, alternatives for heating, just in case there's a possibility for a power outage. How are we going to heat our homes? How are we going to stay warm? We need to keep our battery-operated devices charged, lighting, candles. You would almost prepare for this the same way you would if during a hurricane. If we need to stay in, what happens if we lose power? That's the same kind of things we need to look at.
One for last you guys. Okay. How are you guys working with sort of, state entities like Department of Transportation, power companies to prepare yourself for, the events taking place?
Yes, sir. So our office has already started working with our partners, our community stakeholders, as well as our local and federal as well. We've had great communication with the DOT as well as North Carolina Emergency Management. So that's what we're doing for preparation. It's better for us to prepare early than wait to the last minute and not know what we're going to need.
And I know you mentioned that animal services are providing resources for those who have pets, but what other resources can people come to the county and get also before things really get into the thick of it?
So one good thing we can do is also for the county is to contact our office and get on our emergency alert system. That also is free. Anytime we have any kind of weather board or advisory, anything like that comes, you will get a message, whether email, text, or phone call. Right now, our pets are one of our main things, but if you need anything that we can try to help with, then please contact our office.
And lastly for me, obviously times like this, people tend to panic, I guess, so to speak. What would be your message to them? Not to panic, but just being prepared is, it's two different things.
Yes, sir. People go into panic mode because of lack of preparation. We see this a lot when storm comes, and we see it many times during hurricane season. It's better to be prepared a couple of days early, to be ready. That doesn't mean go to the store and buy everything they have. But just know that if I'm going to be home for 3 or 4 days, maybe a gallon of water per person a day is what I'm going to need. Maybe 1 loaf of bread, a gallon of milk. We don't want to over-prepare because then it leaves not a lot for everyone else. But have enough for you and your family for a few days to be ready for the storm.